This is the peak of Big Tom, Black Mountains Crest Trail. There's Cannon. A little bit of mixed snow and ice. A lot of it's just rain. It froze and then came down little shards, but it's ice and snow mixed in. This is the biggest patch I've seen so far. It's not much, there won't be much else around. So it's Tuesday afternoon. Still got a couple miles left to go to my campsite. Deep Gap. This gives you a pretty good idea where I've been. That peak on the right is Cattail Peak. The one on the left is Potato Hill. So I climbed the dip between the two and down into the gap there, which is Deep Gap. Now I'm climbing back out of the gap to Deer Mountain and Winter Star, which, you know, I just like that name. Alright, this is a much better one. Over there is, it's got to be Deer Mountain. We're on Deer, this is Deer Mountain. Over there is Linville Gorge. The high second set of mountains. Those two little peaks are the far side of Linville Gorge in between. The river runs down to, I don't know if you can see it way over there, but the lake near Linville. Great view. This is why I come up here. This is why I climb up that. This is the peak of Winter Star. You know I like that name. Looking through these birds that have been killed by the insects, but that's over there, that's Gibbs Mountain. It's quite a slog down there and then back up. I don't think I'm going to do that today. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. That's probably a solid 2 miles. Straight down and straight up. Beautiful view. Here's our survey marker. It's not very old, North Carolina. I like finding the ones from the U.S. Geologic Survey. Most of that work was done in the 30s. And this is an awesome campsite here on Winter Star. Cannon's in the middle of it. Got a nice little nook for fire. This is a bit of the trail coming off Winter Star. Very typical. Including Cannon, marking everything. This is what a typical climb looks like. Climbing back up to Winter Star. Go further up to hopefully CeeLo Knob and Horse Mountain. course, he runs up the hill. He always runs off like that. I wonder if he finally found a bear. We hadn't seen one, but it's certainly not for him looking. So I'm almost at the top of Gibbs Mountain. It's got a great view here. And you can see where I've come from. That peak right there, that's Winter Star that I climbed yesterday and turned around, came back. If you look right through there, the peak to the right behind the cloud, that's Cattail Mountain, and then that's Potato Hill to the left, and you can see a peak in between. I believe that's Mount Tom, the higher one. So I've come and rolled right through there. It's like a big roller coaster. Honestly, I wasn't sure if I was capable of it. But we're going on Horse Mountain, and well, this is at 5,500 feet. So Horse Mountain and CeeLo Knob are both above 6,200. It should be cool. It's a long climb. Maybe another 1.5 to 2 miles. And I gotta climb 700 feet up. So I'm not quitting now. It's only 12 o'clock. And I just had some day hikers come by. They started at Mount Mitchell carrying no packs. Whenever I think the view can't get any better. This is Gibbs Mountain. I think. This isn't CeeLo Knob. It's got to be Gibbs Mountain. I hadn't been able to find any markers. Over there, that's points. It's the gorge. Looking back, the peak there is Winter Star, then Potato Hill, and then what's that, Cattail Knob, and in between that might be Uncle Tom. And way off in the distance with the radio towers, that's Mount Mitchell. It's all to the south. It's all to the west. Out there is Mount LeConte, I think, on the right, and Klingman's Dome over there. Those clouds that way, the Great Smoky Mountains. You know, from up here, you're pretty much looking down on everybody east of the Mississippi. So I got to climb down that and then climb up that, and then that's got to be Horse Mountain and CeeLo Knob a little bit further right through there. So that's my goal, to get to that point there, then the one a little bit further to the left. It's a beautiful day. The sun's come out. I'm in a short sleeve shirt now up here. Got a warm breeze coming from the southeast. Well, not warm, but it's not bone chilling. Sunny day. That's where it gets the name Crest Trail, because we're on a crest of a mountain ridge, walking the tip top. Crest here, I swear, is not but like 5 yards wide. Big views to the left, to the west. I'm going to have to turn the video off to climb down that. It's not that it's really risky, it's just that if I fall and hurt myself, the consequences are fairly major. Mount Gibbs in the distance. I can even see the trail from here. Barely. I don't know if you can pick it up, but it's beautiful on top, warm in the sun. Even took my shoes off, lounged around and rested. So on the way back, this is Winter Star. When I get to the top of this and go down, I'll be home free toward the Gap. It's been a long day. So here's the trail coming up so far, and here we go. This is one of the coolest pieces of trail work I've ever seen. And it takes a lot of work to do something like this. You know, an experienced trail crew and some equipment. So this is the third and final night of Ken and I's camping adventure. I guess it's about 7:30 p.m. It's been dark for a couple hours. And it's actually hot in this tent. It's a balmy, I don't know, 40 degrees. The first night it got down to 21. The second night was about 29. I think tonight it's supposed to go down to maybe 34 or so. We were cold the first night. We were friggin' cold. He didn't used to be a big tent fan, but after the first night he was cold in here, so the second night he's ready to get in the tent, and he's actually sleeping. He's snoozing. It's Friday morning, my last morning. It's probably just around freezing. There's a little bit of frost on my tent. But I'm above the cloud line. It's looking into the valley to the east. The sun hasn't come up yet. Or it's now, just now. The cloud line's above me. It would be really awesome to get up somewhere to see the peaks like this. Although this is not a good spot where I'm camped for picturesque views. But it's been home for 3.5 days. We're up early this morning. I slept pretty good once the wind died down. It's about 10:30 Friday. I'm on the way back to Mount Mitchell in my vehicle. Just climbing down off Potato Hill. That's pretty cool. You can see right ahead. That's Cattail Peak, this little dip. And then that ridge line there, that runs to Balsam Cone. And then you can see the next mountain is Big Tom. So that's one of the coolest spots, you know. Here's where the serious climb up to Mount Tom starts. Mount Tom is 6,600 feet. Haven't seen any day hikers today. Most of them won't. They'll get to Mount Tom and they won't come any further. Thankfully, that's not the kind of America that I enjoy walking a trail with. Wednesday, as a hippie dentist from Massachusetts, out to recharge for a night. He lives in Asheville. We had a nice conversation by the fire. Yesterday I saw a nice couple of day hiking there from Winston-Salem, and they were way out there. They were probably doing 16 miles total round there and back, round trip. But those are the kind of people I like. I've been out here, what, 3 days, and nobody's asked me for money, which is great. Anyway, I got about 1.5 miles left to go of a 4-mile trek back, and we'll start seeing people, unfortunately. I might even have to give Cannon a hand up that.